healthysounds.com, and wanted to talk to you about some ways that you can create a healthy relationship with food, or starting to create a healthy relationship with food. This has come up because I'm working with a couple of women right now that, have a lot of guilt about, maybe one day eating well and then the next day falling off the wagon completely. And there's a lot of guilt around that. And to be honest with you, it's something that I struggle with myself. And I sometimes feel like it's harder for someone like myself who's a nutritionist, and a lot of people think, oh, you're so healthy, you live like that every day. But that's not always the case. I'm only human, and there are times where, I reach for that piece of chocolate, or I was just away in Alberta, and my husband's family has dessert on the table every night, and I got tempted and I ate it, and I'm still, a week later, still feeling the effects of that. And I just kick myself sometimes for doing it, but I don't attach to it as much as I used to. I was pretty lucky. I lived in a very, well, I say I lived in a healthy home. We had a garden in our backyard, so there's always vegetables on our plate. At some point in my life, or our lives, I should say, my father got high cholesterol, and so then we had to change our diet even more. So there's always a salad on the table. But there was always dessert at the end of the meal. So I made significant changes in my life about, 5-6 years ago. I was dealing with very high anxiety. Probably wasn't eating the best too as well, which probably contributed to the high anxiety, along with, many other things. And, we all just have our own health issues that we deal with. But it's important to have a healthy relationship with food, because that's what nourishes us. Food is life, I guess, if you're eating the right foods, and that's what keeps us going. That's our fuel. That's our energy. That's what gives us vitality, hopefully. That's what keeps us living longer. That's what keeps us, illness-free, that sort of thing. So I've got 5 tips for you today that I want you to think about, and if you can't incorporate them all, I want you to at least take one, incorporate it, and then maybe a couple weeks from now, incorporate the other. Okay? So the first one is, using a food journal. Now, I don't recommend using this all the time. A food journal is very helpful in identifying what might be contributing to that feeling of not being healthy. So if you've got low energy, or if you're feeling you've got digestive issues, you're bloated, whatever that may be for you, sometimes a food journal helps to identify the foods that don't make you feel so great, and then you can remove them. Have a lot of guilt around food. Sometimes holding food with a sense of gratitude is really, really important to building that level of trust, really, with food. So hold gratitude for the food that you put into your body, especially the nourishing foods, right? So that could simply be before you take your first bite, saying thank you before you take that bite. If you say grace, in a lot of cases, grace is giving thanks for the food that you're eating in front of you. So if you're a religious person, that's definitely a really great step too as well. But it could simply be before you take that bite, while you're blending that smoothie, while you're making that soup, while you're prepping that food, while you're making your lunches, just saying thank you and giving gratitude for the food that is going to ultimately nourish you. Especially as women, we're very critical of our bodies. But I would encourage you to find at least one thing that you genuinely love about yourself, from a physical standpoint. So for me, I would say it's my butt, and that's partly because my husband says I have a nice butt. Thank God for yoga. And I would say my calves. I've always been told that I have really nice legs, and it's true, actually. So if you can pick out 1 or 2 things that you really love about yourself, could be your nose. I want you to identify with that. And if you can, take an opportunity to really take a good look at it and say, wow, that looks pretty damn good. The 4th thing is a practice that I've been doing for the past year, which is using positive affirmations and mantras. I've been doing that for the past year, and what I've been doing is simply writing something on a post-it and sticking it on my bathroom mirror. So it's a reminder of something. So if it's for you about food related, or your health, one of the ones that I use is I am a strong, confident, healthy woman. And I repeat that to myself. It might be the first few things that I say when I get up. It may be something that when I'm meditating, that I say and repeat to keep myself focused. It might be something that when I notice that I'm really not thinking healthy thoughts, that I would repeat that 10 times in my head. You would be shocked at how gratitude, for one, can change things in your life, but two is using positive affirmations or mantras to look at yourself in a more positive manner, especially when it comes to food or body image, especially when somebody's trying to connect to a new diet and thinks that they need a new diet to be healthier. And there's a lot of guilt around diets too as well, because you diet, and diets I find are short term, and then you fall off the wagon and you feel worse than what you felt before you started the diet. But the one thing that I'm recommending to the people that I'm working with, the clients that I work with, is just choose to feel good. So wake up in the morning and say, I'm choosing to feel good today. And so then you're going to make choices that are actually going to fuel you in a good way. So that could be relationships, that could be exercise, but in this case, it should be food. So the whole karma around the philosophy of karma, I always like to think about when it comes to food too as well, because what you put into your body has a direct reflection of what's going to happen on the other side. So if you're eating crap, you're going to feel like crap. But if you eat good food, nourishing food, you're going to feel well, and it's that simple. So, just choosing to feel good versus, yeah, I'm going to get on the paleo train because I want to lose weight and that's happened for somebody else, or I'm going to do a low carb diet, or whatever that may be. Just ultimately choose to feel good, and I think you will be naturally guided to all those good things. So I hope that this video has served you. I 100% understand about creating a relationship of health and positivity around food and your well-being. This is also a time that I would definitely, if you need further support in your health and wellness, I am always looking for people to work with. I am a nutritionist in training right now. I'm studying at the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition, and I'm pretty much done. But right now I am looking for a few good women and men to work alongside with me for my case studies. So it is a 100% complimentary opportunity. And you can reach out to me on my website at eatlifebalance.com. You can leave me a message in this YouTube video, and my email is eatlifebalance@gmail.com, so you can reach out that way. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook, so you can reach out any of those ways too as well. So if you feel like you need a little bit of help, if you need somebody to hold you accountable, if you need somebody to just, help you along the way to reach your wellness goals, I am there for you. So feel free to reach out to me, and if you're just curious, certainly do the same as well. And I'd love to know what you think about this video, so please leave a comment below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel too as well, and if you've got any recommendations on what you'd like to hear from me, please feel free to leave me a note. Until then, we'll see you soon. Bye.